Ladies and gentlemen of the YouTube universe, what is going on with you on this Thursday morning? It is a Thursday morning, March 21st, 2024, roughly 8:48 a.m. California time. I am, of course, your always gracious host, Fallon from GoNootropics.com. Coming at you with the coffee chairs. This is going to be a little quickie. I'm jetting off to a funeral right now. This is, of course, day number 4. Cold turkey Kratom. Yesterday was day number 3. Today's day number 4. And look, don't let anybody tell you this is easy. You know, if you're coming off Kratom, this is not easy. Let's be honest, this is difficult, man. This go around, I think the physical symptoms are not as bad this time, but the psychological deadness, the depression, the void, you know, when you come off booze or when you withdraw off any drug for that matter, you feel like you're in this void. There's like no positive emotions inside of you at all. It's like the train man from the Matrix. You know that scene in the Matrix where you see Neo inside of the train tunnel and he's just he's looping. He's stuck in the same place. He's in the void. He's in the in-between. That's what this feels like. This is day number 4. Yesterday was pretty harrowing. You know, the physical symptoms, like the sneezing and the cold-like symptoms. I think the vitamin C and the NAC have been dealing with that pretty good. But as far as the psychological deadness, you guys know what I'm talking about. This, like, you just dead on the inside. This is what this feels like. Just totally dead. It's no motivation whatsoever. It's like you're in the void, and it's kind of like you're passing through on your journey, and you're at that spot where there's just like nothing. It's like you're on a road trip, and you're going through these areas where there's nothing. You look out your window, and it's just freaking cornfields. It's the same view. There's nothing to look at, baby. There's nothing to look at. So this is day number 4. Luckily, Christine she had to talk me down from the edge. I was like, you know what? I'm just going to crack. I gotta go to this funeral. I gotta do this. I gotta do that. I gotta go to work. Excuses this, excuses that. She talked me down from the edge, and she managed to she's like one of these squirreler types, and she squirreled away some phenylparacetam, and she squirreled away what we think is phenobut FAA. From a long time ago. I haven't taken any phenobut in a long time, but today I took this mystery powder that I'm hoping is like 300-400 milligrams of phenobut FAA just to kind of get through this dead zone, right? Because I think out of all the symptoms that you'll experience with kratom withdrawal, with withdrawals, it's that deadness, right? Isn't it the deadness that kind of gets to you? It's like feeling nothing. It's like the worst. It's you feel nothing. You feel absolutely nothing. You have no emotions. It's like you've been chemically castrated, and you feel dead. It's like they might as well just bury you in the ground and just have your funeral, right? Have your funeral. You're a walking shell of a human. You're just this walking shell. And it's just that spot in the journey where there's just nothing. There's just no. You look out. There's cornfields. There's nothing. Cornfields as far as the eye can see. So that's where we're kind of at. I took 200 milligrams of the phenylparacetam that she found, and that works. That provided just enough boost, gave me just enough life to kind of drag my husk out of bed. You know, she had to talk me off the ledge because I was just gonna crack and start over. But we're here, baby. We are here. Day number 4, keeping the train rolling. A little bit of, if you can get your hands on phenylpiracetam, get your hands on some phenibut. I think a small amount of that is crucial for the dead zones. You know, in the beginning, not so bad. You know, I do feel like the withdrawals of this go around are much more like psychological than they are physical. My energy on the bike is back. I'm feeling like my body feels fine, but it's those psychological symptoms that can get very, very harrowing after a while. So that's kind of where we're at on day number 4. Not exactly easy goings, right? So nobody said, maybe I've said this in the past, that it's easy to quit Kratom, but it's really not. You know, once you hit that 20, 30, 40 grams per day and you maintain that for a long time, Godspeed, man, Godspeed, because it can get very harrowing. Some guy left a comment on like my book. You know how on Amazon you could leave reviews even if you haven't bought the product. And you know, he's one of these people that he's comparing it to coffee and chocolate. He said, you know, he gave it 2 stars. He gave my book 2 stars. And he said, you know what? It's no different than coffee and chocolate. And it's just so freaking brain dead, man. It's just so brain dead. To compare Kratom to coffee or to compare Kratom to chocolate, man, it's just so brain dead. It's misleading so many people. So I'm happy to do these videos. I had a bunch of these videos, and then of course YouTube deleted my old channel. So maybe this is a blessing in disguise that I got back on Kratom so I could document what the shit is really like, you know, because there's a lot of people that are just, oh, no worse than coffee, no worse. This guy's saying is no worse than chocolate. It's like, give me a break, dude. Give me a break. This is day number 3 and 4. Very harrowing, but I'm starting to feel like the initial, I'm starting to feel the seeds of glory starting to poke through the ground a little bit, you know. This phenylpiracetam is certainly helping. The phenibut, if that's what I took, will certainly help today. And I can feel like the sprout is starting to burst through the ground here. I feel like I'm kind of on the tail end of this whole thing. It's just kind of powering through the last little bit. And then, you know, for me, it's always been somewhat easier to come off short term than it is long term. It's like I could kind of make it through the initial acute stages. This has been by far the hardest quit I think I've had. But quitting the short term is like one game, but then it's like 8 months in. I quit for 8 months last time and then just kind of went back to it for stupid reasons. So it's like the short-term game is part of it, but then it's like the long-term game where you fully recover, but it's like, how do you stay off long-term? You know, how do you stay off long-term and ensure that you don't go back to it? Because once I quit Kratom, it's kind of it. You know, I'm committing to total sobriety lifestyle, which is a little scary. Right? It's a little scary. It's a little, you know, I don't know. It's almost like you don't know what to do with yourself. It's like taking a toy from a kid. And it's like the kid is just sitting there. He doesn't know what to do with his hands. That's kind of what it feels like 8 months down the road. You know, sometimes that boredom really hits you in a way that is like existential boredom that makes you go back to this stuff. But, you know, in the initial stages, it really is just about powering through. So this is day number 4, ladies and gentlemen. Just power through, baby. Just that's what you gotta do. There's really, you know, I have all this stuff, but there's really nothing that takes the pain away totally. The phenylparacetam is helping. Certainly the phenibut will help. But there is going to be just a degree of just suffrage, just pure, almost existential suffrage. And you just kind of have to accept that it's a temporary thing. And just really solidify the reasons you're quitting in your head. And just like cigarettes, you know, there's a good, I think a guy wrote a book, or he's got a website, and he says, at the end of every article, he says, never take another puff. And that's the key. That's the key. Never take another puff. Never take another crack. And if you boil it down to that, it's simple, right? It's simple. It's like never take another puff. Never take another crack. And it can be as simple as that, but, you know, you start overthinking it, and, you know, you just got to power through. So this is day number 4, ladies and gentlemen. As always, Fallon, GoNootropics.com. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. And I will see you very soon. Peace.